Welcome to a new episode of the podcast. Vox Agent is made by AI for business executives that work with AI. Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving into a really groundbreaking development. It seems set to redefine how businesses interact with customers, manage internal ops. We're talking OpenAI's advanced speech-to-speech model and the dawn of truly agentic AI in voice. Our mission, as always, is to cut through the technical jargon. We want to pull out the key nuggets for you, our tech-savvy listener, so you really get what this shift means for your enterprise.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating here is, look, this isn't just some small incremental update in voice tech. It's a significant leap forward, a real inflection point, actually.
Inflection point.
Exactly. OpenAI's new model, especially with its real-time API, it's genuinely paving the way for widespread adoption of truly agentic AI in voice applications. And think about the market context. Speech tech is already exploding, right? Projected to hit, USD 7.28 billion by 2030. This kind of innovation is just going to pour fuel on that fire because it tackles some long-standing hurdles in voice AI.
Over 7 billion. Wow. That definitely signals a huge shift. Okay, so let's get to the core of it. What exactly is this GPT real-time and the real-time API? How does it break from, what we've seen before?
Right, that's the key question. So traditionally, voice AI worked a bit like a chain reaction. You had these chain models.
Yeah.
First, speech gets turned into text. Then that text goes off to a language model. Then the output text gets turned back into speech.
Okay, so multiple steps, multiple handoffs.
Exactly. And each step adds delay, makes the conversation feel kind of choppy, and often it strips out the emotion, the nuance. You wait for step one, that's step two. It's just not natural conversation.
Yeah, sounds clunky, more like separate transactions than a real dialogue.
Precisely. But GPT real-time, it uses a unified end-to-end architecture, and this is honestly transformative. It processes speech input and generates speech output directly in one integrated step.
Okay, so no more chained.
No more chain. This slashes latency. Interactions become faster, much more fluid, and crucially, they're more contextually aware. We're moving away from that, robotic turn-taking voice towards something that genuinely feels conversational, like you're talking to another person.
That seamless real-time feel. That's huge. And for businesses, this isn't just a lab experiment, is it? You mentioned features ready for, prime time.
Absolutely. This real-time API isn't just a concept. It's built with enterprise needs in mind. Take MCP server support.
MCP.
Yeah, Media Control Protocol. Basically, it lets businesses host these models on their own servers. That gives you much greater control over your data, security, privacy, scalability, all those things executives worry about. Less reliance on third-party clouds for sensitive stuff.
Okay, so better control, you can tailor it more? Makes sense.
Exactly. Then there's image input. Think about that. A customer calls, describes a broken part, and can also show an image of it while talking. The AI processes both the voice and the image together. That means much richer, more accurate diagnostics. It's blending understanding in real time.
Multimodal in the moment. Okay.
And the third big one, SIP phone calling support. This is massive for contact centers. It means you can plug this AI straight into your existing VoIP phone systems. No need to rip and replace everything, faster deployment, lower integration costs. These features directly solve real-world business headaches.
That's where it gets really interesting for practical use cases. Okay, so this integrated low-latency model plus these enterprise features. This is the foundation for what you called agentic AI. Can you unpack that term a bit more? What does agentic really mean here?
Sure. So agentic AI basically means moving beyond AI that just reacts to a prompt. We're talking about AI systems that can set their own goals within limits, plan steps, and then execute those plans autonomously, all within a conversation. Think beyond a simple FAQ bot. This is an AI that doesn't just answer your question, but might anticipate your next need, guide you through a complex process, maybe even coordinate different tasks to solve your problem, all through voice.
So it's proactive, not just reactive.
Exactly. It's more like an intelligent partner than just an assistant waiting for commands.
And a partner that I assume needs to sound human to be effective.
That's absolutely critical. The model's ability to generate human-quality speech is paramount. It's not just the words. It's the intonation, the emotion, the slight pauses, all the things that make speech feel natural and build trust. If an AI can convey empathy or urgency appropriately in its voice, that fundamentally changes how users engage with it. Without that natural voice, even the smartest agentic AI just feels like a robot.
Right, the believability factor. So the underlying NLP, the natural language processing, must be doing more than just understanding the dictionary definition of words.
Oh, much more. The NLP techniques here allow for a really deep grasp of context and intent. The AI isn't just matching keywords, it's interpreting the meaning behind the words, remembering what was said earlier in the conversation, and using all that to give much more relevant, appropriate responses. It can follow the thread of a complex dialogue, make sensible inferences, and solve problems within that conversational flow. That contextual memory is what really unlocks the agentic behavior.
It feels like we're shifting from AI that just hears us to AI that genuinely interacts with us. Okay, let's talk disruption. Where will this hit hardest? Imagine the possibilities. Customer service, contact centers, that seems like ground zero, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's a primary battleground. With agentic AI delivering real-time, nuanced voice, customer service agents, well, their roles change. We're talking AI that can handle complexity, guiding someone through setting up a tricky product, resolving a complicated billing issue, maybe even showing empathy to someone frustrated, all in one go. Things that previously needed a human every time. It's shifting from basic support to autonomous problem solving.
And this isn't theoretical. Companies are doing this now.
They are. Companies like VoiceSpin, for example, are already using similar tech to automate things like ticket responses, make outbound calls, qualify leads more effectively, and the results are tangible. Lower call handling times, better first call resolution, and importantly, higher customer satisfaction scores. That hits the bottom line directly.
Definitely impacts the bottom line.
Okay.
But where else? Beyond customer service, where could this kind of agentic voice AI make a difference that older voice tech just couldn't touch?
Well, think about healthcare. The real-time, high-quality translation that could be revolutionary for patients who don't speak the local language. Breaking down those communication barriers is huge. You could see automated scheduling that actually understands complex patient needs through conversation. Personalized medication reminders that adapt if a patient asks a question. Even perhaps preliminary symptom assessment through a natural dialogue. It frees up doctors and nurses for the critical hands-on care.
And education. I can imagine the potential there.
Incredible, yes. Imagine an AI tutor with a natural, encouraging voice giving real-time feedback on your pronunciation, or adapting lessons instantly based on how you're responding. Interactive, empathetic tutoring. It's way beyond just clicking through slides. It becomes a dynamic learning partner.
And just across businesses generally. Internal stuff.
Yeah, broader enterprise impact too. Streamlining internal comms, for sure. Imagine asking an AI agent to summarize the latest project updates or find specific data points from reports just by talking to it. Faster data analysis, quicker report generation. It could really speed up decision-making in areas like supply chain, HR, you name it. The efficiency gains could be massive.
Okay, connecting this back to the market size. That 7.28 billion projection for text-to-speech seems almost conservative now, doesn't it? When you layer in this agentic capability, the real-time interaction, the potential must be far greater.
Absolutely. For businesses listening, adopting this tech isn't really an if anymore. It's a when and how. It's becoming a strategic imperative. It's about boosting efficiency, yes, but also delivering that deep personalization and improved user experience that gives you a competitive edge. Early adopters will likely pull ahead significantly.
Okay, so the potential is enormous.
Mhm.
But we have to talk about the other side of the coin, right? Powerful tech always comes with challenges, maybe even a darker side. Security has to be top of mind here. What are the big risks?
Yeah, this definitely raises some serious concerns. Voice cloning technology is getting scarily accurate, stunningly so, and that opens the door to, well, deepfakes. Highly realistic audio generated by AI that perfectly mimics someone's voice, and that leads directly to fraud. Imagine someone using your cloned voice to authorize a bank transfer or trick colleagues into sharing sensitive info or even just spreading disinformation convincingly. It's a very real threat.
Wow. The ability to perfectly fake a voice creates entirely new vulnerabilities. So
Yeah.
how do we manage that? How do we deploy this responsibly given those risks?
It needs a multi-pronged approach, really. First, robust security protocols are non-negotiable. Things like advanced encryption for voice data, maybe multi-factor authentication that includes voice biometrics. Plus, we need AI systems designed to detect these deepfakes in real time. And alongside the tech, we urgently need updated regulations. Laws around voice identity, consent for making digital copies of voices, penalties for misuse.
Sounds like a tough mix of technical and policy work.
It absolutely is, and it requires everyone, tech companies, businesses, policymakers, to work together proactively. We need to shape rules that encourage innovation but also protect people. Things like transparency about how these models work and clear accountability when things go wrong. That's crucial for building public trust.
Absolutely essential. Okay, so putting this all together, For the business executives listening, navigating this, what are the key strategic takeaways? Let's start with, say, technological integration.
Right, integration. First step is really understanding your current setup, your infrastructure. You need a solid plan for how OpenAI's model, or similar tech, will plug into your existing systems, your CRM, your ERP, communication platforms. This isn't just adding a widget. It requires careful planning, maybe thinking about microservices or API gateways to make those connections robust and scalable.
Okay, planning the plumbing. Then there's workforce adaptation. This tech is going to change jobs, no question. How should leaders approach that?
Yeah, it's about transformation, not just replacement. Some tasks will be automated, sure, but it frees up people for higher value work. We'll see new roles emerge, voice AI specialists, maybe conversation designers, ethical AI auditors ensuring responsible use. So reskilling and upskilling are critical. Leaders need to invest in preparing their teams for this shift, focusing on skills like AI collaboration, data analysis, critical thinking, empowering people with the AI.
Transformation, not displacement. Got it.
Yeah.
And finally, the ROI of potential. Big promises, but what's the reality?
The potential for ROI is definitely there. Think about the cost savings from more efficient customer service or the revenue boost from hyper-personalized interactions driving sales and loyalty. It can be substantial, but you have to balance that against the cost implementation, maintenance, security, training. It needs careful analysis. Pilot projects are probably a smart way to start, test the waters, and build the business case before going all in.
Makes sense. Measure twice, cut once. So looking ahead, what's next? What's fascinating here is how fast this field moves. Where do you see Agentic AI and voice going next?
Yeah, the pace is incredible. We can expect constant improvements. Look at Orange using OpenAI for African languages. That points to much better multilingual support, handling more dialects, more accents, making it truly global. We'll also likely see much better emotion recognition and generation AI that can truly understand and respond appropriately to a user's emotional state. More empathy, more nuance.
And connecting it with other tech, beyond just voice.
Oh, definitely. Think about integration with AR and VR. Agentic voice AI could be the natural way we interact in those immersive worlds. Maybe even blockchain playing a role in securing voice identity, proving audio authenticity. The combinations are fascinating. Of course, all this has profound economic implications, new jobs created, old jobs disrupted. It underlines the need for those proactive workforce strategies we talked about, and really thinking holistically about regulation, ethics, and just how we want this technology woven into society.
This has been a really fantastic deep dive. It's clear OpenAI's new model is potentially transformative, a huge step for agentic AI. The opportunities for businesses are immense: customer service, internal efficiency, personalization. But it's also crystal clear that realizing that potential means tackling the security and ethical challenges head-on, responsibly.
Which leaves us with a really big question, doesn't it? As these AI voices become truly indistinguishable from ours, and as they take on more autonomous roles, how does that change how we think about authenticity, about connection, even about work itself? What kinds of human-AI collaboration are we building for the future?
Profound questions indeed. We encourage you, our listeners, to keep pondering those and continue exploring this incredibly fast-moving field. Thank you for joining the podcast, and see you soon.